my everything, yeah. My everything is you, Lord. Yeah. Ha-ha. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody say, ah. Oh, oh. Say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough, yeah. Enough to say thank you. Say, Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things? All the many things you've done, Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. Say, Lord, you are. Lord, you are. You're my everything. Say, I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. Lord, you're my everything. I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my banner. I call you Rapha. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. Lord, you are. You're my everything. Uyamatingina. 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 Oh, uyamatingina. Yeah. So, uyamatingina.
Hello, lovely people, wonderful members of the community. It's another Saturday, and we are here with you live on BWTV, bringing you the community and the law. Can I make a partner application in the UK when my visa was cancelled, even though I was given 60 days? We are going to delve into this question and find answers to that, and also break down some of the complexities of the skilled worker route when it comes to immigration matters here in the UK. My name is Oreku Frimpon, and my guest this afternoon is a senior partner of BWF Solicitors, Mr. Bernard Owusu. It's the community and the law. Let's get into it together.
Hello. There are several questions in the community when it comes to the law, especially with immigration matters. That is why I'm inviting you to join us on the program, The Community and the Law, live on BWTV and brought to you by BWF Solicitors, our trusted partners when it comes to the law. We are going to have a very massive discussion on some of the issues of immigration matters that bother you. And they have the opportunity to meet you live on the program to explain to you all the updates that have come from the Home Office and also address your questions and concerns that you might have when it comes to the law. The Community and the Law is brought to you every Saturday between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. UK time. We're live on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, at BWF Solicitors, at BWTV, and of course, we urge you to share the program and invite others to join us. Remember, it's at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every Saturday, live on BWTV. You have your questions. There are answers. So join us, learn, and empower yourself on the program, The Community and the Law. So pick up the phone and dial 0208 493 7345. Or you can send a text 07950 422780. It's the community and the law. My name is Oreku Frimpon, and I am your host.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Hello, lovely people. Thank you so very much for sticking with us and having faith in the program, especially when we do this every Saturday afternoon. It's the community and the law. My name is Oreku Frimpon, and I want you to join me to say thank you to BWF Solicitors, our trusted partners when it comes to the law, for giving us the opportunity to come your way with this very wonderful program every Saturday afternoon. This afternoon, we're going to have a look at an important question that you have posed, and I have the privilege and the honor to get the senior partner of BWF Solicitors to come as my guest and resource person to answer that. And the question is, can I make a partner application in the UK when my visa was cancelled, even though I was given 60 days? Today is the 9th of August, 2025, and we are saying that if you would want a very good firm to help you with your immigration matters, with all legal issues, explaining the legal matters and the updates that have come, and also helping you to stay on the right-hand side of the law, it's BWF Solicitors. They are located on the 4th floor of the Anna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, Seven Sisters, in North London. Call them Monday to Friday between 9:30 in the morning and 6 p.m. in the evening on 0208 493 7340. Those of you in Ghana, there's an office in Accra, and you can reach them on 055 589 5959. In emergency situations, you can send a text, WhatsApp message, or call 077 127 61884 077 127 61884. Without much ado, let me one welcome all of you out there and also introduce my big brother, my senior partner of BWF Solicitors, yeah, for us to start the program. So let me first of all, as I said, do that introduction. Mr. Bernard Owusu, Uncle Ben, we call him, is our resource person, and we're privileged and honored to have him this afternoon. Uncle Ben, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a while, but I know by God's grace, we're all doing very well.
Yes, we are. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think the last time I was here, that was the beginning of July.
Oh, okay.
That's about a month ago.
Time flies.
Oh, yeah, it's gone. I mean, the year is almost ended, so
well,
I was really looking forward.
yeah, thank you. To be fair, we are in a very difficult situation, a difficult period, because in Ghana, within the week, there was this tragic accident where two ministers of state, some senior political figures, were on a national assignment. In fact, members of the armed forces were also in that accident. They were on a national assignment, and the helicopter in which they were traveling crashed, and all of them, 8 of them, lost their lives. And with your permission, I would want us all to observe a minute's silence. And there is a tribute from BWF solicitors that will be read after the minute. And then we all ask the good Lord to find a good place for their souls. So, those with your permission, shall we observe a minute's silence in honor of the departed souls? So, on behalf of BWF solicitors, we extend our deepest condolences to the families, friends, and loved ones of Dr. Edward Omane Boama, Alhaji Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad, Alhaji Muniru Muhammad, Dr. Samuel Sapon, Mr. Samuel Abwaje, Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Chum Ampadu, and Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensah. They lost their lives in the recent helicopter crash in Ghana. Our thoughts and prayers are with you during this time of immense sorrow. May the souls of these wonderful men of Ghana who were on duty for their nation rest in perfect peace. Thank you all for helping us do this. To be fair, it's a big tragedy. And interestingly, I think a few days earlier, there was an accident where 16 children also died. So it's a difficult period for the people of Ghana. And our souls, or our hearts, I should say, go out to all the families. So to the president, to members of government, to all people of Ghana, condolences. In the Akan language, we say Yako. Yame and Shamode. May God console the nation. And if there's anything that has to be done to avoid such things, May He give us the direction to do that. Thank you all. All right. It's difficult because personally, I know Dr. Moneboama and Ibrahim Mutala during our student days when we're doing student politics, National Union of Ghana Students, the Student Representative Council, those times. And I quite remember them very well. So it's been a difficult period for me personally, but um, we take inspiration from what they have done for the nation, and we'll do our best for ourselves and the generation unborn. We take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll delve into the program.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Yes, welcome back, and thank you for sticking around. We move on. This week, as we observed this difficult period, we had one person also expressing their appreciation to what BWF Solicitors does. Jay Ajiman says that Annie has been very helpful and followed up with my documentation until now for 2 years. She's a very professional person and polite. Thank you for your service, Annie. I will always come back and give you 5 stars and for you to you and your team. I'm trying to paraphrase it, but this is what Jay Ajiman wrote in appreciation of what Annie Soa did for when they brought their service to be rendered. Last week we had Annie on the show. So interestingly, the boss is here. So I want to uh, find out from Uncle Ben. Um, you're bringing up a lot of young, sharp lawyers, and feedback like this. How does it make you feel?
Well, Kweku, for us, I think it's a mission. It's a
Mm,
mission to make sure that you're leaving a legacy, and that includes making sure that the next generation are well equipped to take over the mantle when you're no longer there. So it's all part of a strategy that was set in motion 20 years ago
mm,
when I set up BWF Solicitors. And for me, seeing young people under 30 years doing their best, sometimes it's not very easy.
mm,
You need to tutor, train, coach them because we all come from different backgrounds. And being a lawyer is one of the most difficult professions in the UK
mm,
because you're highly regulated and you need to make sure that in addition to the regulation, you also understand the tools that you're using to do your work, which is
mm.
the legislation, the law and the case law and everything. And the area of law that we do changes almost every day. So you need to be on top of it.
All right. So yeah, Annie, congratulations, and keep doing what you're doing. And to all the members of the BWF Solicitors family, we want to say thank you so very much because you work as a team and you really live your professional life as a family. So people come in here and they are satisfied. And of course, I will urge other people who have had the benefit of their service to also give us that feedback. And if you have any other thing you want to share with us so we can improve on our service, don't hesitate as well. You can send a text to the office on 0739920848, or you can call 0208-493-7340. Those of you in Ghana, 055-589-5959. And in emergency situations, or even your feedback, as I said, you can send a text to those UK number 004477 127 004477 Or you can go to any of our social media platforms, Facebook, X, Twitter, TikTok, at BWF Solicitors, and you can leave your feedback there. Or the website, www.bwfsolicitors.com. Happy birthday to our very own Sandra Fraser. Sandra is the one who, every time we come on the show, will tell you where to get your bus, where to get off the train, tell you what telephone numbers you have to call, and she puts that on the comment section, either on Facebook, on YouTube. And this week she celebrated her birthday. Her smile is so infectious. She gives you the warmest of welcomes when you come to BWF Solicitors because she is part of the team that will meet you first time and also direct you to wherever your appointment is and whoever your appointment is with. So, Sandra, we happy to celebrate your day with you. May God continue to bless you, enrich you in every aspect of your life, and keep that smile. Happy birthday to you, my dear sister. God bless you. And congratulations on your new age. Um, there is an update from the Home Office, and I'm happy that Mr. Usu himself is here. The Home Office has announced new offense for online promotion, announced as a new offense or something that goes as an offense for online promotion of illegal immigration. When I saw this, I was like, well, what are they talking about? So I left it to the main man himself to come and explain for us. The Home Office has announced a new offense under the Border Security, Asylum and Immigration Bill to criminalize the creation and publication of online content that promotes or facilitates illegal immigration, including small boat crossings, fake travel documents, and illegal work opportunities. Offenders face up to 5 years in prison and substantial fines. Also, providing immigration advice or services while not being regulated or authorized is a criminal offense under the Immigration and Asylum Act of 1999. Oh, what's coming up, Gobert?
Well, Kweku, so I mean, these things do come regularly, and we like to update the community for people to be aware that some of the things that people take for granted is actually criminal offense. So there's a new offense that is being created, and the offense is to ensure that with the proliferation of the social media, you've got TikTok, Facebook, even WhatsApp. I think these days you can do live on it, and some other social media platforms, is to make sure that they get hold of the whole concept of promoting illegal entry. Facilitating illegal entry is already an offense. It's in the 1999 Act.
Right.
But the content creation and promoting the travel of people to the UK. And I've seen in our community, I've seen one particular lady who boldly comes on to do stuff that, is borderline content creation and promotion of illegal stuff. Again, breaching immigration rules. For example, if somebody comes and say, I'm selling husbands and wives, I have cleverly put it that way because I don't want to highlight. Once I highlight that part, everybody will
People will go watching that. And
yes,
will
yes.
be wrong to be
So these are things that we need to be very careful. The Home Secretary is quite adamant that this is the only way that they can get hold of people. I don't know whether you watched the TV today. Yesterday, they arrested almost about 50 people who are facilitating illegal entry, already assisting people to cross the channel to the UK. They've created a crime for it. So this is a new one that is going to be added on to the plethora of crimes that we have. There's one that I intentionally added that is providing immigration advice or service. Now, people don't know that immigration advice is a protected area. If you're not a solicitor, and when I say a solicitor, I mean a solicitor. If you're not a barrister with public access, if you're not registered with the Immigration Advisory Service, which used to be the OISC, which is the Immigration Ombudsman, and you provide immigration service or advice or assist in immigration cases, whether for money or voluntarily or on charitable basis, if you're not registered or you're not a lawyer, and please, when I say lawyer, I mean a lawyer who's gone to law school, not only gone to university and law school, but gone to law school and has been admitted as a lawyer. Lawyers, for example, in Ghana, when I finished my law school, I came straight to the UK. I had to go back to be admitted. In the UK, although I started off as a barrister and I worked variously as a barrister in-house and an advisor, eventually I had to switch to solicitors, and you have to be admitted. If somebody is not admitted or they're not regulated, they are not lawyers, please. And let's be clear about this.
That, yeah.
So that when you go to someone and they've posted on their award their university degree or a certificate that she's got from somewhere, that doesn't make him a lawyer. And I always tell people, if you want to find out whether somebody is a lawyer, a regulated lawyer, ask for their full name, their proper full name. Put it on the internet. So for example, Daniel Kweku Frimpong, put Daniel Kweku Frimpong in Google, or put Bernard Owusu there, or put Charles Asma, or Annie, or Eunice Champo. Just put it online and see whether they are lawyers. If they are lawyers, the Law Society will tell you. They have a website there, and I want you to go to our website. When you go to a lawyer's website, a solicitor's website,
we will be bringing up the BWF solicitors website, so we can make reference.
You will see that there is an authentication link, and that will come in a minute. So that, yes, let's scroll down. Let's go down. Let's go. Let's go. Go to the end. Go. Slightly, that's it in the middle. Yeah, in the middle. Yeah, click it. What does it say?
Website verified.
And for me, it can't be any other way. This is compulsory for all solicitors. If a solicitor's website doesn't have this, or somebody say I'm a solicitor or I'm a lawyer, Ada, you go back and let's do it again. Maybe people don't see. Okay, so between our logo and
Yeah. So the link under the business hours, you see Solicitors Regulation Authority.
Click on it.
Then click on that one. It will take you to the site that says that the website is verified. The Solicitors Regulation Authority regulates BWF solicitors. According to our records, BWF solicitors operates the website www.bwfsolicitors.com. So we can return to the verified website. That is where we were previously.
Yeah. So this is to assist the community in making informed decisions when they advise people. I wish that I can share some of the text messages and WhatsApp messages, even as early as or as late as 2 hours ago, where this lady took £10,000 from a Ghanaian. He had a week for his visa to expire. She showed him a customary marriage certificate and everything, said, I was going to make an application for you. This man came to see me 3 months later. He said he hasn't heard anything. He hasn't done his finger. So I called this lady. We spoke. She admitted to me that she hasn't made the application. Now the person is an overstayer. Now, what we could do, and it may be that we'll have to do it. I've given her the chance to refund the money at least because she's already caused the damage. Is to report her to the Immigration Advisory Service, and they will prosecute her and she will go to prison. So if you provide immigration advice, either in your church or you have a table and desk in a barber shop, or you meet people in McDonald's and take their money, or you tell people that you will sell them COS, because once you mention COS, you're providing immigration service. You tell people you sell COS and you take the money. If they report you to the Immigration Advisory Service, it is a criminal offense. So all those people whose money have been taken by connection men and fraudsters, if you want to go ahead, you can report them to the Immigration Advisory Service. You need to add all the evidence, the proof of payment to them, because at the very least, even if it's not for the money that they've taken from you, is a promise they gave you that will give you COS and make an application that is provided immigration service, and they will go to prison. So we want to warn everybody. Immigration has a reason why it's a hot cake. It is the only area of law where we are insulted every day by politicians. And we need to be very, very careful. In fact, when the riots happened 2 or 3 years ago, lawyers were given special protection that people were coming to our offices to attack us. And nobody else gets that apart from lawyers who give immigration advice. So let's all be informed about who and where and who can provide immigration advice or assistance.
For immigration advice and assistance, definitely I would direct you to visit the offices of BWF Solicitors, 214-218 Tottenham High Road, Seven Sisters, North London, 0208 493 7340. They work Monday to Friday between 9:30 in the morning and 6 p.m. in the evening. Thank you very much, BWF Solicitors, for giving us the opportunity to do the right thing and go to the right place. They don't only advise us, they empower us to understand the law as it is. Did you know that if your visa or permission is cancelled without written notice, the cancellation may be defective? The Home Secretary, or as it is said, the Secretary of State for Home Department, must serve a written notice to vary a person's permission to live in the UK on the person, including skilled workers and their dependents. Therefore, if the Secretary of State fails to serve a written notice on the skilled worker or their dependents, the cancellation of the visa or permission will be deemed defective and can be challenged. by judicial review. This is from the Section 4 of the Immigration Act of 1971. It is quoted from a case, Anu Frejiva versus the Secretary of State for Home Department 2003 case. That is a UKHL case number 36. When they cancel your visa, Uncle Ben, they write to you, don't they? Is that the serving of the notice, as it were?
Yes. So, Kweku, what we do is we look at the trends and the goings on in the community, the experiences of our community members, and where they are suffering most. So what we now find is that some people have potentially they've had their visas cancelled, and they are not aware. They've not been notified. They've not been informed. A case that I had, which prompted me to do this, was a gentleman who came here with his brother, and 2 weeks ago he went on his status, his e-visa, and he created a share code for a new employer. He went for an interview 2 weeks ago. Last week, he went on the same e-visa, and he was told that your visa has been cancelled from January. How do you square that? So he hasn't got an email. So the first thing I checked is that, does your e-visa have your latest address and contact details? And he showed me, yes, it does. So there's no excuse. In that case, we go to Section 4 of the 71 Act. There's the 2000 notices regulation as amended also, that's there. But the fundamental base of all this is on Section 4 of the 71 Act, which demands from the Secretary of State to serve 1, written notice, 2, on the person. So it's not only serving a written notice, but it has to be served on the person. And serving on the person, it may be fax, email, it may be post, it may be DX or document exchange. Most people will not know. Lawyers use that. It's just like a courier service. But we dump it in one place and somebody comes to collect it. And then, but for them to be able to serve you, they need to know your address. So that when you look at the guidance notes, the Secretary of State can be excused if they don't have your address. And that is why I always tell people that when you come here, don't be so excited about the fact that Malandio, you're in the UK. So you come to join your husband or your wife, you don't even know where she is. You haven't even bothered to check your e-visa or the details there. So there's a lady who came to see me, and she didn't receive her notices. And she said she tried to go into her email and she couldn't access her email because the email is in Ghana. I was wondering whether some of the emails traveled. Anyway, eventually she was able to access it, and she realized that she had been served notice about 20 or 30 days prior. There's this confusion of section paragraph 39E of the Immigration Act, please. There is no transition period of 14 days. If your visa is to expire today and we pass today and we go to tomorrow, you are an overstayer. There are some people in the community who are giving advice, oh, don't worry, even when your visa expires and you make an application within 14 days, it will work. No, please. Don't allow your visa to expire. And I'm adding this as an extra bonus. Kweku, it's worrying. And that's why we're advising people that don't go to unqualified people. The 39E is an exception for people who, because of particular reasons, are not able to make the applications on time. Maybe sickness, maybe admission in a hospital. It may be that where they were, there were no facilities. It may be that they started to make the application, but the online platform wasn't working. So it's not because you then decide that, no, I know it's expiring today,
so I wouldn't do it.
I will wait for 14 days. Within 14 days, I can make an application. If you come to me and your visa is expired and it's not more than 14 days, we will make the application for you, but we need to justify why the application is being made late. And these are some of the reasons why I always tell our community members, be conscious and deliberate about your own case. Yes, we are lawyers, we'll help you. But you have to be more interested than me.
Yeah.
Where I show more interest in your case than you, there's a problem. It means that you're not taking particular interest.
Interest in your case.
The phrase, oh, lawyer, anything about no. Well, it's true, but you need to be deliberate about showing interest in your own case. And that way, if they have to serve you, they will serve you. If they don't serve you, be rest assured that any good lawyer can fight to get them to accept that they've made a mistake. So in that case, we wrote to the Home Office. We told them, we gave them the notices. We cited the cases, their own guidance, page 56 of the cancellation notices guidance of October 2024, which clearly tells the Secretary of State, please don't cancel the visa before you serve the notice on the person. And this is how you can serve the notice. I didn't create it. It was created by the Home Office. And if page 56 of their own guidance note tells them that don't do this and don't do that, they do it. Even if you put a section aside and we put the case law aside, the guidance notes, if you look at the case law in this area, Adiola, for example, the Supreme Court case, which clearly says that the guidance note is not law, but where something is a positive is promised in the guidance, which is an advantage to you. If the Secretary of State doesn't do it or takes it away, then your legitimate expectation has been broken, which means that you can bring an action against the government.
So in this case, can we say that there must be a length of time for them to give you the notice before they do the cancellation, or they can give you that notice or serve it on you when it has already expired, and then you are to face the consequence of that?
Okay, so when you look at the guidance note, page 62, 63, I may be missing the pages, but it's a guidance note of October 2024, which is a Home Office guidance on curtailment, cancellation, and revocation. It says that if the person is not a reason why his visa is being cancelled, then he should be given time.
Okay.
Your time will not exceed your visa. So if your visa will expire in 2 weeks' time, they will not give you 60 days. They will give you 2 weeks. But if your visa will expire, let's say, in 4 months' time or a year's time or 2 years, the law requires them to give you 60 days. It's not everybody who will get 60 days. But I would say 99.9% you will get 60 days. Okay. So if your visa is cancelled without being given, because remember, when your visa is cancelled, you don't have a right of appeal. And therefore, you cannot go before an independent judge. The only way you can challenge it is by way of judicial review. So it's always important that you take the cancellation notice seriously. And then you instruct a lawyer who will be able to help you to challenge them.
We will be dealing with cancellation and some of the issues around it as our main topic. But in the meantime, let me get you the scenario and ask you the question about that. Mary Brown is a dependent of a skilled worker in the UK. In June 2025, she attended an employment interview and shared a right to work. That's a share code, which showed that she had leave to remain until April 2026. 2 weeks later, when she attempted to create another share code for a prospective employer, her status had been cancelled from January 2025. She said she did not receive any notice from the Home Office. What is her remedy in law? She has to leave the UK because her permission has been cancelled. Could it also be that she can make a new application if she has a new certificate of sponsorship? Or, as the Secretary of State for Home Department failed to serve a written notice of the cancellation on her, she can bring a judicial review claim. That's a question I'm asking. So what is her remedy in law? Think about it. That will come later on in the program, the tail end, so to speak. And then if you bring in the answers, I'll ask Uncle Ben to help us to identify the correct one. That would be Mary Brown's remedy in law. With that, we're taking a break, and I just want to remind you that we're going to look at this very interesting question that says that can I make a partner application in the UK when my visa was cancelled, even though I was given 60 days?
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Thank you very much for sticking around. We're still live on BWTV, and it's the community and the law. Can I make a partner application in the UK? I would want you to pay particular attention to that in the UK when my visa was cancelled, even though um, I was giving the 60-day notice. Um, I mentioned earlier on that we're privileged to have the senior partner of BWF Solicitors, our trusted partners, here. Uncle Ben is our resource person and guest. Uncle Ben, breaking it down, partner application in the UK, then this 60-day thing. Um, it takes my mind to the certificate of sponsorship, the skilled worker route, and then people, for reasons the Home Office are giving, that their licenses or their stay or their visas will have to be cancelled. Then partner application comes into the picture. It's a whole conundrum of things. Help us look at that. What is partner application? Why would a visa be cancelled? And where from the 60 days?
So, Kweku, if you watch carefully, our programming follows a consistent logical pattern.
Yeah.
We don't do things in isolation. We know that over the last year or so, the most difficult part of the immigration is the skilled worker route, including revocation and cancellation of visas, withdrawal of sponsor license, and reporting of spouses and partners by spouses and partners to the Home Office that they're no longer spouses and partners, and therefore a spouse or a partner has to leave and they are given 60 days. So this creates a host of problems that we're dealing with. The most of the cases that comes to us these days, whether it's a one-off consultation or a full-blown case, is from a skilled worker who wants to transition into a permanent status in the UK. And that's why we've created this program. So the first thing I want everybody to know, that if you're a dependent of a skilled worker, a student, or a graduate route, or you are a graduate route person or a skilled worker or a student, that you are allowed to marry in the UK. No law has changed. In addition, the dependents can also marry. But you see, if nothing has happened and you have your visa, you have your leave to remain, you've got all the time. So if you've got all the time, there's no pressure. But this is specific to people whose visas have been cancelled and they therefore have only 60 days to react. The law as it stands defines a partner in GEN, which is a general definition 1.2, as a married person, an unmarried person who is dated the other person for 2 years, or people who are in same-sex relationship, or people who have contracted civil partnership, and that's same-sex relationship as well. So if somebody is married, then they can apply within the 60 days. But the problems come in when this person came with their partner or their spouse, and therefore they've met another person and they want to transition from a skilled visa, which has been cancelled now, they've only got 60 days, to a more permanent status, which means that they have to go through divorce, and once the divorce is gone through, and then they have to marry this other person. The other problem you have is if you're here as a dependent, whether you've been given 60 days or not, and then you want to marry someone else because the person you came with, the relationship is broken down. Because you have to divorce first and you've divorced, although you can marry in the UK, if you tell the Home Office, because when you go to the registry, they will inform the Home Office because they need to get permission for you to marry from the Home Office.
Okay.
And when they go to the Home Office and they tell the Home Office that this person is going to marry, the Home Office is like, wow, but you were brought here by Mr. A.
Yeah, and you have a partner.
Yeah, so if you're going to marry, it means you're divorced. And the reason why you're here is because of the person who is a skilled worker. So it means that you don't have to be here. So what we've devised, I mean, I've done a video, it will come out next week, dealing with all this particular complex area. So what we are blessed with the most beautiful culture in the world. As a Ghanaian culture, is the most beautiful culture in the world. And our marriage is one of the most legally recognized marriage in the UK.
Okay.
And there are so many case laws. And there's a case law that you will see on Monday, which is a Nigerian case law. But you don't have many Nigerian case laws. All the big case laws about customary marriage, the English people call it proxy marriage. It's not proxy. I've told them before, I advise the High Court and the Court of Appeal. I told them our marriage is not a proxy marriage because our marriage is not Kweku and Ajua.
Is that families?
It's the two families. So whether Kweku is there or Ajua is
there, the families will be there. Yeah.
Plus, case law tells us, both Ghanaian case law and the English case law, case of McCabe and McCabe, tells us that a white man can conduct a customary marriage of a Ghanaian woman in Ghana in the same way that a Ghanaian man can conduct a customary marriage of a white woman in Ghana. So we shouldn't, our customary law is the most beautiful part.
Yeah.
So the first thing that you must be aware is time. You only have 60 days. And by the time you read the email, you've already lost some hours or a day or two, especially if you're like other people who don't go into their emails regularly. The first thing you need to do is you have to be free to marry. So free to marry means that if you're already married, that marriage is dissolved. Now, remember that the UK does not allow polygamy. Although there was a case I did that I advised the High Court. It's a case of Yemo, Yemo versus the official, the Office of the Official Solicitor, which was, I think it's a 13-wife scenario.
13?
Yeah. The man had married 13 women, and they were all his wives at the time of his death. So I was asked by the court to advise what should happen in that case. But for immigration purposes, the UK does not allow polygamy. So if you marry, although under customary law, you can marry so many women. And my Ghanaian friends, a lot of them are so happy that we are not going to follow the white people. Customary marriage allows us to marry so many women. So if you are my wife and you don't play ball, I can go and marry a younger woman and everything. Well, so it allows that, but we have something called public policy. And public policy, when you look at the proper legal definition of a customary marriage and why it's valid in England, there are some restrictions. And I'm not going to go into that because that's for lawyers to think about. And for immigration, it doesn't even apply. Because if you are in a polygamous relationship, you can only bring one person. And once you bring one person, you cannot bring another one. And that's why you need to divorce to go and marry again. The customary marriage regime is very strict in Ghana.
Okay.
So you need to perform the customary rites, and that can be done within the 60 days. Once you perform the customary rites, before you even take that step, there's something that we do that other people don't do. It is for the reason of the case that I was involved in called Alfonso Brown versus Maywood. It went to the Court of Appeal. I advised the case at a very later stage. By then, the solicitor was dealing with a case from another firm, had made so many mistakes because they didn't understand the Ghanaian law. So when I got involved, I was able to change the expert, Professor Woodman, who is the best Ghanaian law expert this country has ever had. But I was able to challenge them and he changed his mind. But the issue there was consent. Because in our form of marriage, the man has to consent to the marriage and the woman has to consent. It doesn't matter that the family have consented. The parties have to consent. So if the man says that I didn't consent, or the woman says I didn't consent, the burden falls on the person who is relying on the marriage to prove that the other person consented. And for me, for you to show that there is consent, in order to prevent something coming back at you in future, is to both parties must do a statutory declaration or a power of attorney. Because you are in England, you're not going to Ghana to marry. Everything I'm saying is in England. So the marriage will be done in Ghana, but the parties are based in England, and you don't have to leave the UK to go and do that marriage. And because you don't have to leave the UK, and it is someone who is conducting the case on your behalf, and for completeness, it is always important for the two of you to write up a power of attorney, a simple power of attorney or specific power of attorney directed to a specific person to say, I, Bernard Nana Owusu, do appoint you as my attorney to conduct customary marriage on my behalf to this woman. And the woman will also say, I, Ekwe Atenewa, do authorize so and so as my attorney to accept the marriage proposal from this person. So once that is accepted, once that is done, and it's done in Ghana, you've got the consent from here, you've got a proof from Ghana, you've got a registration of the customary law, which comes in the form of a Schedule A under the Marriage Act. They bring it, they add a letter from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. They add a letter from the Judicial Service. They add a letter from the District Council or the Metropolitan Marriage Registry. And then, if you like, you can go to the Ghana High Commission for attestation. And then everything is complete.
Is that where they put that red stamp on it?
The red stamp is from the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and also the courts. They are the people who do the seal. But the Ghana, the embassy will give you what we call the marriage. So this is a letter from the Ghana High Commission. And the Ghana High Commission, as you can see, they will give you a letter to confirm that the marriage was contracted. There's signatures on the certificates, what they say they are. And so they go to add to the authenticity of the marriage. And you can also see the type of marriage certificate that we are referring to. And that comes after this. Let's go. So this is the letter from the Foreign Affairs. And you can see that it's done by the Assistant Director of Legal. The person in charge of legal is Jane Gasu, who used to be who was my junior from school. But this is done by her junior, who is Assistant Director of the Legal. And then there's another letter, which is the statutory declaration. And this is done to enable you obtain the certificate. Without this, you will not get a certificate.
Okay.
And the power of attorney that I advise that you do is so that they can then settle this statutory declaration. And then once they've got a statutory declaration, this is the customary marriage certificate. This is what it looks like. So if somebody is not present at their own marriage, this is the only marriage certificate they can show. If they show the other one, which I don't want to show so that I don't confuse anyone, then that's
so this is the only one.
This is the only one
needs to be shown.
That's correct.
Okay.
This is the only one. So it has to say customary marriage and divorce registration law 1985 first schedule form of register, and as I said, part 1 particulars of husband. I will have the husband at the top, name of husband, age, date of marriage, place of marriage, other existing marriage. For the man is allowed to have marriages. That's why the man section, it says other existing marriage.
Okay.
But the woman, she can only marry one. So you see the woman, they're asking her condition. But the man, they're asking other existing marriage. Because if the woman is married at the time you're going to marry her, she needs to be divorced.
Okay.
Even if it's a customary marriage. Our laws do not allow women to marry more than one.
Okay.
So for the woman, it's condition. And for the man, it's other existing marriage. The correct thing to put there is nil. Or if you're married, then you say either you 1 or 2, or maybe you're a Muslim, you got 6 wives. So you put 6 marriages there. And then this one is going to be the 7th.
So you have to put nil rather than not applicable.
Nil, and not bachelor or spinster or divorcee. For the woman, it's a spinster.
Okay.
Or divorcee. For the woman, it cannot be nil. She's a spinster, or because the question is not whether you've got a husband. The question, what is your current marital condition? Because you can only marry
once.
Okay. For the men, they are allowed to marry a lot. So the 2 sections are different. And then you see, say signature or thumbprint. This can be signed after the event. You can sign and go, or you can authorize someone to sign on your behalf.
Right.
And then there will be the names of the witnesses, the receipt because you pay money there, and then the signature of the registrar and the registrar's remarks. Then that goes into the section. There are other stamps at the top, and you can see Kwoti Papa Fio. Without even looking at it, I know that is a notary public. It's a very popular one because all the documents that come from Ghana, he's the only one that signs them. The man must be making a lot of money, I guess. And we also know that this is coming from Accra Metropolitan Assembly.
Okay, yeah, because you've got that stamp on the top,
that's right? Correct. Yeah. So once you see this, then you know you are on the right track. Please, don't go to a lawyer and say, oh, lawyer, please go and do this for me. Any lawyer who does this for you, it means the lawyer has got so much time on his hands. When you're in England, you don't have time to be follow-up. What I always tell clients is that if you ask a lawyer to go and do this for you and there is a problem, he's not going to tell you. But if he doesn't do it and you do it and you bring it, I will tell you that, don't take this because it's going to cause problems. But clearly, it's not done here, so don't get a contractor here. Get them in Ghana. They do it. They stamp it nicely. They send it by DHL. But before then, they can screenshot and send it to you. You can upload it and use it for your application. It's as easy as ABC.
Right. So I'm looking at the situation where this very person who has been given 60 days and then would have to show that they have married. What about their previous marriage? How do they get that dissolved within the 60 days? Okay. I'm asking this because here in the UK, to put in a divorce and get the absolute, it takes about 6 months. But this time, the person has only 60 days. What happens?
Okay. So, and that's why we've put together this program. So we'll show you what a divorce looks like. And I'll explain to you exactly why we're doing this program. It's just so that I know my people are going through this. So we're also assisting them to do the right thing because we know they will do it. Yeah. So you have to help them. Technical team, let's show the divorce. So now let's just pause there and I will spend about 1 minute on it. There's something called Family Law Act 1986, Section 42, Section 46. They are very critical sections. If somebody is habitually resident here, it's a legal phrase. What does habitually resident mean? If you've lived here for more than 12 months, and your marriage is a customary marriage, even if your marriage is a customary marriage, you can only produce these certificates
Okay.
from Ghana. Sorry, folks who are not Ghanaians, I can only use this as an example because about 95% of our clients are Ghanaians.
From Ghana, yeah.
But if you're a Nigerian, you may have something similar. If you're Jamaican, you don't have a customary law, so I can't really say much about it. The Ghanaian divorce can be obtained in as short time as a week.
Okay.
There's an expedited service, and there are people who do that. Very friendly people who will do it for you. So they will go to the court. We can see this is coming from the court because at the top it says in the Circuit Court of Justice, Tema. And this was obtained in the year 2011, and it went before a circuit court judge. So if you're married and you need to divorce before you marry again, please, if you try the British way, your 60 days will pass and your divorce will not even happen. Because in UK, divorce takes a minimum of 6 months. So my advice to you is don't think about here, do it in Ghana.
Even if you are habitually resident here.
Even if you are habitually resident here.
Okay.
But when you do it, get a lawyer, a licensed lawyer.
In Ghana.
In Ghana. Please, not UK. Because we don't have time to go and follow this in Ghana for you. So if you want your thing to be done quickly, go to Ghana, ask your people in Ghana to do it for you. You don't have to travel there. They go to court, they file motion, and it goes to the court. But look at what the judge says. Let's go down slightly so that we can read it. It says that whereas this cause having come on before this honorable court for a hearing on the 11th of November, and whereas the parties by this president have agreed that their marriage be dissolved. So you see, the parties agreed before the dissolution. Yes.
Yeah.
And it makes it so simple. It is hereby decreed that the marriage contracted under, in this case, the marriage was contracted under the ordinance on a certain date at the registrar office shall be dissolved. And it goes on to say the marriage is dissolved. But what you should all watch is that your divorce document should have divorce certificate.
Can you just go back to the topic again? Yes, that's where it says divorce certificate. And I think one critical thing too is that it should be coming from a court.
Yes.
That's to the very top again. That it says in the Circuit Court of Justice.
Yes.
And giving the location and the year.
That's correct.
If those ones are missing, then there must be something wrong.
There is another one which I don't want to show because I don't want to confuse anyone, which is what we call confirmation of dissolution.
Okay.
Please don't go and do confirmation of dissolution, because confirmation of dissolution means that marriage has been dissolved and the court is only confirming it. It means that you didn't go through a process, a judicial process to dissolve it. This is the only one which is acceptable.
Okay.
So you can take pictures of it and send it to your people in Ghana if you're in the situation where you've been given 60 days, but you want to hurry up because you've met a beautiful woman or you've met a very competent, nice husband or boyfriend, and he wants to marry you so that you can put in an application quickly. But if you're one of those people who procrastinate and because the way the chicken or the hen.
But maybe somebody doesn't really understand. There's a little drops of water make a mighty ocean. So
okay.
Every drop contributes to the volume.
So you start from day one. You don't wait till last minute. On our program on Thursday, somebody sent a message and say, "Dear lawyer, my visa will expire tomorrow. What should I do?"
It's expired. Between now and tomorrow is just
and
24
there
hours.
was a lady who sent me a text message yesterday, and she said her visa was expiring. No, the day before. No, her visa is expiring today, the 8th. And these are things that we don't want you to go through. So once you know your notices, please act quickly. Act quickly.
If not immediately.
Yes. And the bottom line for me is that promise and fail is too much. There are many people who come to us and they've waited 1 month, 28 days. And they are lucky it's not February, because that would have been the end of the end of the 2 months. And then that leaves you with almost no time to do anything for them. Yes, we are lawyers, so there are things that we can do, but I like to have enough time for me to, if we have to do something against the Home Office, then we can do that. But also that enables you to make sure that we are checking the authenticity of your document and make sure that everything is fine.
That's fine. Oh, okay. So those of you who are just joining us, we're looking at what you can do. Can you make an in-country application when your visa has been cancelled, and also given 60 days, especially in the skilled worker route situation. Just a moment ago, Akoben took us through what the proper document for marriage dissolution or divorce is in Ghana. He made the disclaimer that we're using mostly a Ghanaian situation or example because most of their clients come from Ghana. But there may be similar situations where people have their customary rights made or recognized by law as it were. We're still on the program, The Community on the Law, is brought to you by BWF Solicitors, our trusted partners when it comes to the law. We're going to say thank you to them and come back to do that. But before we go, let me remind you of the nugget we gave you earlier on, because at the tail end, I will be going to my scenario again. That I'm saying that if you didn't know that your visa permission, if it's cancelled without written notice, it may be defective. The Secretary of State for the Home Department must serve a written notice to vary a person's permission to live in the UK on the person, including skilled workers and their dependents. Therefore, if the Secretary of State fails to serve a written notice on a skilled worker on their dependents, the cancellation of the visa or permission will be deemed defective and can be challenged by judicial review. So then I went to the situation of my dear friend who is a dependent of a skilled worker in the UK. Mary Brown, in June 2025, became a dependent. She attended an employment interview and shared a right to work as a share code, which showed that she had leave to renew until April 2026. 2 weeks later, when she attempted to create another share code for a prospective employer, her status had been cancelled from January 2025. She said she did not receive any notice from the Home Office. So in this case, what is her remedy in law? She has to leave the UK because her permission has been cancelled. She can make a new application if she has a new COS, or as the Secretary of State failed to serve a written notice of the cancellation on her, she can bring a judicial review claim. Think about that, and then we will be looking at that at the tail of the program. But when we come back, we continue the discussion, but then we'll also give you the opportunity to ask questions. Remember, we are live on Facebook at BWF Solicitors and at BWTV UK, and we're live on YouTube as well at BWF Solicitors and at BWTV UK. Pick up the link, share, and also make your comments ready and share them on the platform. You can send a text to 07399 208468, or you can call us on 0208 493 7345. We'll be right back.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Thank you very much, BWF Solicitors, and thank you those of you on the platform as well, either on Facebook or YouTube. Abi Apia, you are there. We have Tilly Duma, Cynthia, Julie, and then Auntie Cynthia. Thank you very much for joining us. And the rest. Ade Taribo is here. Please like, subscribe, and share the program. Marian Amoa, you are with us on YouTube. May they rest in peace. Yes, those honorable men. They really hit us. Kojo for a very educative program, watching live from West London. Kojo, thank you very much. Looking great as usual, Kweku and Uncle Ben. Thank you for your massive support to all. And Sandri, Kojo for from West London. Thank you, Kojo. Thank you for having faith in us. Georgina Sechim, hello, you say. Thank you very much, our friends on YouTube. Kevin Asamoah, good afternoon, Oreku and Uncle Ben. Thank you, Kevin, as well. Thank you for always having faith in us. Angelo, Uncle, how do I claim my money from the Home Office? They agreed to refund my money for not processing my application within 24 hours. It's been 8 months and I've not received my refund. Remember, we're talking about when your visa is cancelled, can you make a partner application here in the UK, even though given 60 days? I'll ask a very blunt question. Well, coming back to your question, but I'll ask a very blunt question. And when can we make that application? Can we make an application if in the UK,
Yes.
if it's been cancelled and given 60 days?
Yes, we can. I mean, that's why we're hosting this program. It's just to explain to people that yes, you can. You don't have to leave the UK. You can make your application once you've got the necessary documents. If you are married, you've done the divorce. If you've contracted a customary marriage, then you've got all the other documents to help with the application. So you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it from the UK. You don't have to wait for something else to happen. Once you've received a notification and you've met somebody you love, you can straight away start a process. Yeah.
If you want to ask Uncle Ben any question, the lines are active now, or you can put them in comment section down below, 0208 493 7345, or send a text or WhatsApp message. It could be a voice note to 0739 208 468. Prior to me asking the very last question, there was this question from a very dear friend who wanted to know how she could claim her money from the Home Office. They agreed to refund the money for not processing the application within 24 hours, and it's been 8 months. She's not received the refund. How does she do that, Uncle Ben?
Okay, well, first of all, how was the application paid? Was it paid with a card? Was it your card? And if it was your card, please check. Sometimes you make the payment without you realizing that they've paid it, because maybe you receive the money same time as you receive your wages. So, it will be about £500, I think, which they have to refund. So look out for £500 over the duration. But above all, if they haven't sent the money, speak to their complaint section and make a complaint, or send a letter to their lawyers for a pre-action protocol, and then they will look at it.
Okay. So yeah, you can. So look out for that. And then if you have any issues and you want support, you can contact BWF Solicitors 0208 493 7340. Yes, keep your questions coming through. Let's pick the next one. We have Meshach in Chroma asking for a friend. That's fine. She's on COS with COS 2231. She applied for her son in Ghana and was asked by the Home Office to change a COS as X closed. The 2231 was closed and it's not on the list that can bring dependents, but has brought her husband on the same code. What can she do?
Well, COS 2231, I'm not sure which one that is. And I'm not sure why they say it's closed. It may be that they're talking about childminder and the childminder, the au pair, and the other ones. The childminder one is still open, and the au pair is closed. And if that is the route that has been closed, then once she's already here, she will be protected by the transitional provisions. So I'm not too sure of the subcode 2231. I will check it, but if you can also tell us, it also helps with the people who are watching or listening.
Ankaman, has there been any update on the subcodes recently?
Yes, there has been an update. It's one of the updates that we should have done. The subcode changed in April last year, but the subcode, for example, for care was 61. It's now 6135 and 6136. It used to be 6145 and 6146. In addition, we've got a new what we call the TSL, which is a temporary shortage list, which Ada is showing, and that goes hand in hand with the SL list. So that's a salary immigrant ISL. So this is temporary. Everyone on this will be the lower qualification. That is RQF, which is a regulated qualification framework, 3 to 5. You know that now we've gone from 6 and above up to 8. 8 is PhD. So if your qualification and abilities is not up to a degree level, then you come on this shortage occupation list. It's a temporary list. It means that your visa will be valid till December 31st, December 2026. The Secretary of State can remove any code there within that time. We're hoping that MAC, which is a Migration Advisory Committee, will finish the advice to the government next year, and then they will either add this to the immigration salary list, which is ISL. This one is a temporary shortage list, which is the TSL. This one is temporary. So you can see the income there is also changed, but it's not as significant as the salary list. We know the incomes have changed from 38,000 to 41,700. But as you can see here, some of the salaries, even the highest one is 39,300. And then we've got the discounted one, which is 80%. If somebody is under 26 years old, or they got their visa before 2024 April, or they are on STEM, PhD STEM, they will only they can get a lower salary. What people must be mindful of is what subcode are you going on, and it's always important. What I find is that the people who issue the COS don't use lawyers, so they're always making mistakes. They don't understand what they're issuing. They don't, even if somebody's visa has been cancelled, they still issue. Even if somebody doesn't have a visa and their visa is expired, they still issue. All this will go to the Home Office, and clearly it makes it very difficult for you to justify continuing to be a sponsor.
I see one of them, Prof. 3415. 3417. Yes, that's the one. Photographers, audio, visual, and broadcasting equipment operators.
Yes.
That's still on the list.
Yes, that's what we're doing now. So all the cameras here, all the Mark, and everybody who's doing work, you, Kweku, technical team, all of you, you know, BWF does this program. So we can actually employ you and give you, because we've got sponsor licenses.
That's
so
right.
we can employ you and give you a sponsor, a COS.
Okay, I'll put my application in already. well, that's the yeah. You can trust BWF solicitors to give you the most up-to-date version of things that come from the Home Office. Yes, keep your questions and your concerns coming through. Text 0739920846. I'm a student on a government scholarship. Can I bring my partner?
Well, you're asking this question, but you must also focus on what are you studying. Because for students, we know the law changed 2 years ago. You can only bring your partner if you are on a certain course, government sponsored, or a certain university. So what course are you studying? And those are the things that we have to look at. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then it doesn't necessarily have to be at a PhD level.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yes, keep them coming through 0739920846. Let's pick the next one from the platform. Ruby as oops. Okay. Could you kindly slow down and call the numbers again so that we can get through to Uncle Ben and ask questions, please? 0208 493 7345. 0208 493 7345. I think I've been slow enough for you. Thank you very much for drawing my attention to that. Laura, I trade in digital asset. Can I register myself as a business and use it for my sponsorship? I'm on a graduate visa and is flying like water. Well, your time is running out, I guess. Yes, Uncle Ben.
Well, please, when you come here, it's not all of us who are very technical. I know what you mean by digital asset. You're talking about, I think it's cryptocurrency. If that's what you're telling us, please, just say that you're dealing in cryptocurrency. I know sometimes we want to embellish and gloss it and everything. If that's what you're doing, you know, how is it a business? I don't understand. You have to explain it to me. I mean, I know my boys deal in it, and apparently they're doing very well. But for me, you know, I think I want to see my money as money. I don't want to see my money as a digital asset.
Okay. Mr. Technical Man, please come down to our level so we can all understand. Thank you very much. Yes, keep them coming through. Can I sponsor a dependent from Ghana if my initial skilled worker visa was cancelled and received 60 days notice before I got a new COS, Uncle Ben?
If you've got a new COS, does the new COS, was it issued after April last year? If it was issued after April last year, what was your COS before then? If you came here after April last year, it means you were not allowed to bring a partner. If you came here this year, you still cannot bring your partner. So I know who this is. Please clarify. You didn't tell us when you got your first US. And cancellation doesn't change your route. It's still the same route until it ends. So once you are on a route, you are protected. If you can bring a partner, you're protected throughout if you were on the route before April last year.
Okay. Yeah, Eurodia, that's your answer. If you need further clarification, as I keep saying, contact BWF solicitors and they'll help you. If you have sponsored license revoked, but a different company wishes to sponsor you, is there a legal backing which gives the new company the chance to give you their COS?
Kweku, and that is a worry a bit. I really worry about the sponsorship regime, the people who issue the COS. This gentleman, I think I know who that is. He's working with a company. He's doing 20 hours a week. His own sponsor has lost their license or his license. This new company promised to sponsor him.
Okay.
They've now invited him to come for a meeting. They don't understand that they can still sponsor him, although he's been given 60 days.
Okay.
Now, as a sponsor, if somebody comes to you and says, sponsor me, your first duty is to check whether the person is allowed to work. Your second duty is whether the person is on a visa. If somebody's visa has been cancelled and they've been given 60 days, they have a visa which will expire in 60 days. So you can still sponsor them. It's very frustrating that, license is being given to people who don't understand the license regime. And, as you can see, for care route 6135, 6136, they can only sponsor people who are already on the route or people who have worked with them for at least 3 months. So somebody like this person, he's already got a sponsor license. It's been cancelled, but he's been given 60 days. If the 60 days hasn't expired, you have to give them a COS if you've got it. If you want to employ them, yes, yes, they can give it. There's a legal backing, okay? And tell your employer that if they don't understand, they should find a lawyer to help them, okay?
Well, he stopped short of saying they should come to me. Come to me, I commend. Seriously, all things aside, he's so mastered in this whole situation that the advice he gives is so cogent and can definitely get you what you need. If it won't work, he will tell you it will not work, and he will not mince words with that. Please, I find this a student of government scholarship, which is in areas, I don't know what that means. The school says we should pay ourselves or get expelled or suspended. How do I go about this without losing my stay in the UK? Douglas is asking Akabed.
Kweku, isn't it really unfortunate that people who have been given government scholarship are not receiving the money that they should be receiving? And Douglas, if you can find the money, please find it. But also, you need to reach out to the Ghana High Commission. There is a dedicated desk for education. And there used to be a lady that I know, I think she left last year, and they should be able to sort out your scholarship. They have arrangement with the university to pay your fees. And if the fee is not paid, I know some of these universities will cancel your course and withdraw you from the course, and they will inform the Home Office, which means that they will cancel your visa. So you need to act quickly, okay?
And then you have to avoid the almighty 60 days coming. How many days or months will I have to wait to know my status or get a decision on my conversion of EU pre-settled status to settled status as a spouse of an EU citizen ago?
Well, it shouldn't take long. I would say anything between a few weeks to up to 6 months. The reason why I say 6 months is that sometimes you put in the application, they do the automatic check and they cannot find your NI number over the 5-year period, although we know you can now use 2.5-year period. So what you need to do is to check what period you started working and do a cover letter and send it to them and say, listen, the law has changed. If you can only see 2.5 years, yes, you can use the 2.5 years to give me the status.
All right. Yes, Douglas, thank you very much for that. Let's get to the next one. Kennedy said, can I switch to spouse visa if I'm currently on a dependent care visa?
Kennedy, we've been saying this for the past few weeks, that yes, you can switch. I think since the 2nd of July, we've been saying this. You can switch, okay? It's either you want it repeated again, and again, and again, and again, or you're not in contact with your Ghanaian roots, so you don't join the Ghanaian, live streams and other things. But we've been saying this since the 2nd of July.
Well, Ken, don't worry, you can. 0208-493-7345. Patience is asking, my company has been revoked and now they are giving us full hours. But I've tried applying to other companies and I've been rejected due to car and UK driving license. Help me before I am given 60 days. I think what Patience is trying to say, the company has been revoked and they are not, because they were not giving them full hours. She's tried applying to other companies and not being successful because no driver's license. She hasn't got a car, so she can't drive and do, I think, the domiciliary bit. Can you help them?
Yes, we can. Technical team, go to our website. Let's take them there. And please, last week, the week before, and the week before, we did say that we've put everything on our website, and you should be able to use the website to find work. Let's go to resource. Let's go to resource. And let's go to useful link. Let's go to Care Visa Sponsors Database. So let's assume that you live in N15 for NP. And I do the magic for the person. So you can see the nearest care home is 1 kilometer. Well, it's less than 1 kilometer. I can tell you that it's actually about 50 meters away from our building. And it's Priscilla Wakefield House. I know they've got license because I know I have clients who work there. But also this portal tells you that they've got a license. So you can see, and this is live. Okay, they change this every day.
Every day. Okay.
And you can see that, you know, they're there. There's also 266 High Road, Ofi Healthcare Limited. So let's say you are in RM16. Let's put RM16. Why is it not highlighted? Has it come?
I think it needs a full postcode.
Okay, put RM16 6EZ. No, oh, okay. Okay, so that's also less than a kilometer.
So that in this case, where you are located, you can search within your vicinity whether there are care homes, so to speak, that have licenses. And this database could tell you that for less than 1 kilometer from that postcode, you can find 3Ds Healthcare Services Limited, and you can contact them.
So my advice is that go on BWF website, www.bwfsolicitors technical. Click home for them first so that they know it's our website. Okay, this is what our website looks like. Okay, if you scroll down, you will see us there. You see him. You see the man there. Yes,
the man on your screen.
Once you see the man, you know you're on the correct website.
That's right. Yeah.
And then when you look at the top, we've created so many resources for you. We've got blogs there, we've got videos, and we've got useful links. The most useful one for you is
the Care Visa Sponsor database.
If you click on that, yeah, and then it goes on there, and then it gives you all the lists. You can even put Birmingham there, and it gives you all the care homes in Birmingham. How many are there? 1,440.
Wow.
Okay, so it's 1,440 of 1, 2, 3, about 10. So if you multiply 10 by 1, because the 1 is 1 page. So when it says 1 out of
1,440 pages. And here we have about 10 on there.
Yeah.
So then that's about 14,000.
So there's no excuse of, lawyer, I can't find work. But you're potentially talking about 14 businesses. I mean, unless, you know, I think that people they are working now, so they don't have the time to look. Even to go on the website, you tell them, go on the website. So please, can you speak to them? I say, how am I going to speak to them for you? Because the thing is there. I don't have to speak to them for you. You go on there and find it. And you see, we don't only create things for the fancy of it. We make it functional. It's because of you that I put it there. To be frank, we don't have to put it there. But we put it there because of you.
Yeah.
And we've been saying this for weeks and weeks now. So you are the people who have to send it. So if somebody goes on the website, it will help you to find
it.
It's very easy, very, very easy.
Well, if nothing at all, you have learned something, and that resource on the website of BWF Solicitors is your friend. Just look at it every day. Even if you are not looking for work at the moment, you can preempt to say, well, maybe I may be moving out of London to Birmingham, for instance. If I go to Birmingham, is there a possibility of me getting a job there? Yes, there is a possibility. So you have to explore. What if I call out so once you are stationary, you're stuck. So move. So let's move to the next question, or the person that's got something there. My mom is to receive a British citizenship shortly. I am an adult daughter. I'm on a graduate visa expiring in February 2026. Can I depend on my mother to stay here in the UK?
No, BWF web admin, no, please.
Well, somebody sent this as a text. So it says no, please. Okay, let's see what else we have. Remember, I gave you the nugget and the question around it. So think about it. I'll be coming back to it. How many days does it take to get a response on my EU conversion of free settled to settled status? Is there a way to pay the expedited service? And when will I be due to apply for British citizenship? When I sent in my application for a year, when I send in my application, or a year when the status was granted. I think it's about indefinite leave, the naturalization application.
Yeah, so this person is on pre-settled. He's made an application for settled status, which is the same as no limit on your leave or indefinite leave. If your application is straightforward, it's a matter of weeks to a maximum of 6 months. If it's more than that and it hasn't come, it means your application is not straightforward. So you must be chasing them to find out exactly what the problem is. Once you've got your indefinite leave, under Section 6.1, if you're married to a British, Section 6.2 is 1 year, Section 6.1 is 1 year, Section 6.2 is immediately. So it's 1 year after you got your indefinite leave or settled status.
Okay. Keep it going, keep it coming. And we've got the senior partner of BWF Solicitors, Akuben, here to help us answer your questions. Thank you for your time with us, lawyer. I came in with a visit visa, but I applied for FLR, which within 6 months I need to have a right visa. How can you help me? You came with a visitor's visa and you want to stay on. I guess that's what you mean. What do you do to stay on when you have come into the UK as a visitor? Is there any way?
Well, the question that this person is asking, if you came with a visitor's visa, you can only change it to medical. You cannot change it to family. Even if you've got a child here, it won't work unless you overstay. That's what the law says. I'm not encouraging you to overstay, but that's what the law says. Even if you want to marry someone and use exceptional route, you have to overstay, unfortunately. So if you're here as a visitor, you cannot change it to anything apart from private medical treatment.
Mohamed Answa, yes, that's your answer. Thank you very much for sticking around and asking. We'll take, I think, one more if there is, and then we'll look at our nugget and quiz again. Get your answers, and then get Ankuben to help us get the right one. The new rule for health and care visa for NHS Band 3. Does a person need a degree before being a skilled worker for the NHS Band 3? And must the person be working with the employer after 3 months before the 22nd of July? Or can the 3 months be after the 22nd of July? But be later, then you get the COS after. For example, if I start working today, can I be eligible after 3 months? Or it should have been before the 22nd of July? This is for someone who is on a dependent visa.
So I can say without any equivocation that this 3 months doesn't apply to the NHS. The 3 months thing is for people who are on code 6135 care, 6136 senior care. NHS doesn't need care or senior care, so it doesn't apply. And the guy who sent the code 2231 is for midwives. Midwives have not been cancelled because they come under nurses. So I'm not sure why they told him it's been cancelled. So this doesn't apply. Band 3, me, I don't know what band 3 is. So you should tell me. But I can tell you that if you're working for the NHS and you're meeting the income level, unless, Nana, you're the person who's now earning 24,000.90 and you're not earning 25,000, what you need to do is to check the SOC code. What code is the NHS going to put you on? I want to know. Once you give me the code, I will give you the answer. So Nana, we're waiting for the code. Give us a code. What code are they putting you on?
Nana, I know you're live. Get it to us before we run out of time. But I gave you this scenario that our friend. But before then, I think it's based on the nugget. So let's go back to the nugget again and say the Secretary of State for the Home Department must serve a written notice to vary a person's permission to live in the UK on the person. The notice should be served on the person, including skilled workers and their dependents. Therefore, if the Secretary of State fails to serve a written notice on the skilled worker or their dependents, the cancellation of the visa or permission will be deemed defective and can be challenged by judicial review based on Section 4 of the Immigration Act 1971. So then, my friend's situation, Mary is a dependent of a skilled worker in the UK. In June 2025, she attended an employment interview and shared a right to work share code, which showed that she had leave to remain until April 2026. 2 weeks after when she attempted to create another share code for a prospective employer, her status had been cancelled from January 2025. She said she did not receive any notice from the Home Office. What is her remedy in law? Is it that she has to leave the UK because her permission has been cancelled? Is it that she can make a new application if she has a new COS? Or is it as the Secretary of State failed to serve a written notice of the cancellation on her, she can bring a judicial review claim? Which one is the correct answer? Think about it. Drop your answers either online in the comment section, either on Facebook or YouTube at BWF Solicitors and at BWTV UK, or you can send it via text 07399208468. We'll take the answers after this. Yes, thank you very much for sticking around. We're still live on BWTV and we're bringing you the community and the law. Um, Now we're picking your answers. So tell me what you think our dear friend Mary Brown's remedy would be in law. She's a dependent of a skilled worker in the UK. In June 2025, she attended an employment interview and shared a right to work share code, which showed that she had leave to remain until 2026 April. 2 weeks later, when she attempted to create another share code for a prospective employer, her status had been cancelled from January 2025. She did not receive any notice from the Home Office. That's what she says. So, what would be a remedy in law? Is it one, she has to leave the UK because her permission has been cancelled? Is it two, because she can't make a new application if she has a new COS? Or is it three, as the Secretary of State failed to serve a written notice of the cancellation on her, she can bring a judicial review claim? Albert Balfour says it's number one. If your visa is cancelled, you have to leave the UK. That's very simple and straightforward. Yeah. Uh, Jenny Chase says it's number two. She can make a new application. She has a new COS. Thank you, Jenny. Gabriel Boahin, number two. You can do application, a new one with the COS. Okay. Let's see. Eunice Boachi also says it's number one. She has to leave the UK because your permission has been cancelled. Next, we have Duchumwa is number three because they did not inform her. Okay, thank you very much. You brought the technical language down to our own level, isn't it? Sheila Jechua, number one, when your visa is expired, you must leave the UK. Okay, let's see who else has anything for us. Kevin, someone number three. It's you say you are sure. Okay, yeah. Let's see what Uncle will tell us if you are sure that it's number three. Let's see. Next one. Christiana Akoto says is number three. I'll take the very last one because we ran out of time. Let's see who else has. Stephen Apau, number one, because her leave is cancelled, so she is now an illegal migrant. And then I have just about two people that said number three.
Yes.
A lot says number one because if your permission is cancelled, go. And then a few said number two because you can make a new application if she has a new COS. Which one is right?
So let's go back to our nuggets, which is where we will have our answer. And the nugget says that the Secretary of State must serve a written notice to vary a person's permission to live in the UK on the person, including skilled workers and their dependents. Therefore, if the Secretary of State fails to serve a written notice on the skilled worker or their dependents, the cancellation of the visa or permission will be deemed defective and can be challenged by judicial review. And that's Section 4 of the Immigration Act in the case of Anifiri Javad. So we go back to the question. We know that Mary was able to view her share code in April. Well, she had a leave to remain till April 2026. And in June 2025, she was able to go on her visa. However, when she went on her visa 2 weeks later, let's assume it was still in June or July, her visa had been cancelled, they said, from January 2025. What it tells me is that there's a systems failure and they haven't informed her, because if they informed her, she will not be checking her status in June. And because they haven't informed her, it means that she's not aware that her visa has been cancelled. And we need to ask what the law is in this area. The law is that the Secretary of State must inform you in writing and also serve the notice on you. And because the Secretary of State has to do that, we need to make her aware that if the Secretary of State comes back with evidence that they served it on her, but she didn't obviously respond to it, then that's her fault. But it's invariably right to also say that if they've told her that they've cancelled her visa in January, why would she go and check her status in June? And in fact, she was able to raise a share code in June. So it's a systems failure. The Secretary of State hasn't served the notice. The Secretary of State is in breach of the law. Page 56 of their own guidance notes, which is October 2024 cancellation revocation guidance notes. Section 4 of the Immigration Act in the case of Annie Rideva clearly shows that the Secretary of State is in breach of the law. So she can go for judicial review. In fact, this is a live case, a case that I'm dealing with. And I've written to the Secretary of State that I've given her 14 days and she must respond or will be going to court and she will be responsible to pay my fees. And we should be hearing from them on Monday or Tuesday. And I know they will come and say, we'll look at it, give us a few months and we'll come back to you. So the answer is 3.
As the Secretary of State did not serve notice on our dear friend, they can challenge with a judicial review. Is your lawyer this powerful? If not, you might be somewhere else. So come to BWF Solicitors. They will help you with situations like this. Especially the question we asked this afternoon, whether we can make a partner application when visa was cancelled, even though we're giving 60 clear days. The answer was in the presentation by Uncle Ben, and he will give us a summary of that. Uncle Ben.
Thank you very much. So, Kweku, today we've looked at the biggest problem facing our community now. Thousands of our community members have come to the UK with skilled worker visa. Unfortunately, the system has failed them because they've been here, they are willing to work. Sponsors haven't got work, so sponsors have lost their license. Some of the sponsors are now reporting the very people they cannot provide work to as not coming to work. So they are reporting them to the Home Office. Home Office will cancel your visa and give you 60 days. So what we need to do as lawyers is also find ways and means within the law to allow them to, exert their legal rights. And that means that if they are in a relationship and they want to marry the person, you need to direct them that they can marry the person, go through the customary law route, get a divorce from Ghana or whichever country, use the customary law route, and then stay. So if you're here, you've been given 60 days, act quickly. Yes, you can marry. Yes, you don't have to leave. Yes, you can do Ghanaian customary law. Yes, you can get your divorce from Ghana or from outside, and they are all valid within the law.
And yes, we all can come together and say thank you to Uncle Ben. Ruby has a message for Uncle Ben. Can you pass this message for Uncle Ben for me? Ruby Sinclair, the GAI lady, says hello and God bless you for the good.
Oh, hi, Ruby, how are you?
That's a pleasant surprise.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you very much, Ruby. And thank you for staying around because I know you've been around from the start of the program to now. Well, Uncle Ben, thank you very much. BWF Solicitors, thank you very much. You have been so very kind to allow us into your offices, into your studios, onto your TV program to empower the community. And like Oliver will ask for more, definitely we want to come back and do it again. So as we say thank you, we plead with you to help us do this again same time next week. And for those of you out there, I want to invite you to come join us again same time next week for another edition of The Community and the Law. We stand with the people of Ghana to show our share our condolences and mourn with the families that had their loved ones crash in the helicopter accident. My producer has been Professor Ade, and the production team has been the team made up of Sheila Ankra and Padmo Dudu. My name is Oreku Frimpong. Good evening and thank you.